is Wednesday, another day, and it is already time to make the bed. Again, I washed all the sheets and now I've got to get the bed going, but I am still in my pajamas. It is 10 o'clock and I have got to get busy. I've been doing things this morning. I've been real busy. I had to wash my hair and I've got it pinned up because I'm trying to get it to kind of curl back away from my face. But anyway, I love these pajamas. I've enjoyed them so much, the Merry and Bright. And this is what I'm dealing with right now. I've got to get this bed made. The sheets washed, they're ready to get on the bed. So let's get it done. And just like that, it is done and finished. Whew, it's always a job to get the bed made, but I'm always so happy when it's made. That's just a daily chore that I've always made my bed. I never leave it undone. Even if I'm tired, sick, whatever, it's got to be made and complete. All right. This little tool right here is calling my name. Oh, I'm having to change my cleaning chores because since it's Wednesday, school is going to be out Friday around noon for the Christmas holidays. So Suzanne had mentioned to me when we were at the craft show about coming to get her. She loves for us to come and get her. That leaves her car at her home in the garage, safe and sound, and we don't have two vehicles when she comes here. We have a double car garage. It's not a big deal, but when we have company, like my sister-in-law's coming, she has to park out in the front of our house, which leaves her car in the elements. And so anyway, my husband suggested, and sometimes I wait for him to do that, that we just go get her. So we're going to go get her Friday, which was when I was going to clean house. So I've got to change my chores. I'm going to dust today, Wednesday. Tomorrow morning I'll get up and vacuum and mop. I have already cleaned the bathrooms, the toilets and everything. Those are done. And yeah, this is my chore today, which I despise dusting. I don't know why, because it's satisfying to dust, but it just takes forever, even when you're using one of these. Now, normally I get a rag and the spray and I dust at least once a month. But because of the Christmas holidays and there's so much Christmas out, I'm gonna wait until after Christmas is over to do all the takedown, and which will be convenient because I'll be moving Christmas stuff off anyway in January, and I can conveniently dust with the rag and the spray. So I'm gonna put that off. It needs to be done, but I'm not gonna do it. This does a pretty good job. It just doesn't polish, you know. So I'm gonna go get this done. It will take me probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to go through everything in the house. So I go through and I dust all the surfaces and the crevices and the thises and that, and then I go back and get a fresh one and I do my blinds. And I do put just a teeny bit of spray on this when I do my blinds to get off some of the dust that settles. So I'm gonna go do that in just a minute, but I have something I want to show you. My niece got me a gingerbread boy shirt. I had gone down to the little store that we have here in town, and she had these, it says the softest socks in the world. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they're really cute, and I just was drawn to the gingerbread. I thought that would be really cute to wear around the house. But I will say that they're fuzzy and they come off all over everywhere. So I'm not going to wear them again until I give them a wash, which I usually wash things before I wear them anyway, but I didn't this time. And then the other thing that I did, and I got one of these last year, and it is in my guest bathroom that is, well, it's actually not the guest bathroom, but the bathroom that's off of the garage. I got one of these and put it in there for last year. And I love these so much that, you know, it's that vintage ceramic Christmas tree that were so popular years and years and years ago. So it's a nightlight. And so, yeah, look how cute. So I got one of those last year, and I went back. She had them on for $12.95. They're usually $20. And I got one for my bathroom, and then I also got one for Susan. Here's the other one that's in the bathroom that's off of the garage. Anyway, I put it in here, and it's just, you know, gives a little bit of Christmas to the extra bathroom in here. So I love them. They are so cute. Guest bedroom. I had shown this when I was decorating. I really do have one of the vintage Christmas. I mean, this thing is probably 43 years old, and I'm not kidding. And it has, you know, it has a plug that goes with it. And I've only had one of the little Christmas balls come out, and I just glued it back in very easily. But they are just, they're just so cute, the little ceramic Christmas trees. But yeah, can you imagine that thing, 43 years old? The other thing that I was going to show you, I did a thing. I had seen this Christmas sweater on, I don't know, I was just flipping through somewhere, and I saw this Christmas sweater, and it was an eagle's eye. If you're old enough, which would be, let me think. It was more like when Suzanne was small. So she's 37. I think it was around when she was like 5 to 10 years old. Eagle's eye, and I'll show you the label, was the sweater to wear. They were expensive and just, you know, nuts. And the thing I liked about Eagle's Eye was it has ramie and cotton. It's like, let's see if it says, 55% ramie, 44% cotton, and 1% other fiber, whatever that means. But anyway, I always liked the almost 100% cotton sweaters. Now, you saw that that label was a medium, and I am usually a large, extra large. I went on Etsy to see if I could find this, because I was an Eagle's Eye when I was still teaching. I was nuts about Eagle's Eye sweaters because they were so highly decorated, beautifully woven, you know, just heavy, thick, fine sweaters. So I went on Etsy, and I found one that was this medium, and then one that was a small. So I looked at the measurements for the medium one, and it said 22 inches from armpit to armpit, which would be 44 all the way around, which when you look at a large or an extra large, it's anywhere from 38 to 42 or so forth. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to order this since it's 44 across, and we're going to see if it will fit. Now, I can't try it on because right now it is wet. I turned it wrong side out to wash it on delicate, and now it's back out the other side. And the reason I wanted it so bad is because the bows. You know, this year is bow crazy. And look, even the stitching on the packages, there are bows. Is that not the most adorable thing? And you know, when I was wearing Eagle's Eye, I don't remember this sweater. I do not remember it. So I may have either gotten out of wearing them, or it was an older one. I don't know. But anyway, I bit the dust, and I ordered it from Etsy. And I will tell you, it was $43, I believe. And that is not bad because Eagle's Eye sweaters were anywhere from, if you were lucky, $98 to anywhere from $150 to $275. And my husband would buy me Eagle's Eye sweaters for my birthday, for Christmas. You know, it was only, I could only get them during times when, you know, you were going to spend a little bit more money. But anyway, I don't know what you think, but I think it's adorable. My glasses to see what the content was. But anyway, yeah, I did it. And I tried it on, and it's more of a fit, but it's still, it's loose up in the shoulder area, tighter down towards the hips, which that's okay because it's a fit. It's not going to be like oversized or anything, but I think it looks really cute. And I'm going to wear it sometime during these holidays, and I will try to get an OOTD and let you see what it looks like when I decide to do that. I don't know why I wanted it. It was just one of those things. It was a want, not a need, but a want. So anyway, there I went with vintage. Oh my gosh, people don't wear these anymore. In fact, a lot of times people would wear them for ugly Christmas sweaters, which horrified me because they were so expensive in their day. And I thought really cute, you know, just for people who are artsy and crafty and like me. I just went nuts. So I have an idea. When Christmas is over and in January, I'm going to show you, and if I forget and you're interested, remind me. I'm going to show you my collection of Eagle's Eye sweaters. I got rid of, no, really, I think I got rid of Bell Point. Bell Point was a cheaper brand that copied Eagle's Eye. So I think I got rid of some of my Bell Points, but I'm not so sure that I got rid of any Eagle's Eye sweaters. So I'm going to show you my collection. Do I wear them? I have. There's a teddy bear one that I wore one time. There's one that has kites, but I think it was a Bell Point. I don't know. When I get those boxes out, I'll have to show you. But anyway, if you're interested, if you think that would be fun, a fun video of showing vintage sweaters, Eagle's Eye, and it has kind of an interesting story behind it. So I'm going to look it up and do my research and tell you a little bit about Eagle's Eye before I get into it. But that'll be a fun video, I think, to kind of get into. Okay, the other thing wanted me to take off the charms from her bracelet to sell. This is the Christmas jewelry, some of it that didn't sell, and the pieces that I took off are in here. So I'm going to go ahead and make 2 more Christmas things, and I'm going to take one of them apart because I don't like it, and I'm going to redo it, revamp it, and try something else. So that's what I'm going to do when I get through dusting today. And then I'm also going to take apart, and I need to do some repairs here too. This one I've shown you before, and I'm just going to restring it, but instead of using these plastic, I just know they're plastic. They cannot be turquoise. I may have to do the milk test, I don't know. But the cording, this is not even cord, this is chain. So I don't want to get rid of it. And these beads are nice. These are silver plated beads. So I'm going to put real turquoise in here if I find out these are not real, and restring this necklace for me. I'm not going to sell it. And then my father, you know, I told you that he was into jewelry making, which is why I have some of the pieces. He made this for me when he was still alive, and it is natural pearls, you know, seed pearls, and lapis all the way. You know, so if you were to buy this, there's, I don't know what, you know, people would charge, but it's a lot of lapis, it's a lot of seed pearls. But I need to restring it because, I don't know, I may not restring it, come to think of it. I may just leave it. But I brought it in here for a reason, and I think it was because I was going to restring and either make it longer or shorter. I think it was make it longer. I don't really think I need to. I think I'm going to leave it alone. But anyway, that's what my daddy did. And I see, that's why I have this in me. It's just, oh, this is why. This is why. Because the piece that goes on it came off, that goes on here. That's it. That's why I needed to do it. I needed to restring it because that piece came off. Okay, no problem. I can do that. All right. Then I had some things that I have had for a while in my jewelry, and I've actually already taken them off of my Facebook page. I'm going to remove these because this is mother of pearl, and I don't want to waste them. And these are little lapis pieces and turquoise pieces. So I'm going to take this apart, save the beads, and do something else with it because it's not selling. It's older, I don't really want it like it is, so that's where we're going to go with that. And then this one, same thing. I'm going to take it apart because it has not sold. Nobody's ever been interested in it. And it is a little bit funky, and it doesn't hang very good because I think it's back when I was using wire, and the wrong kind of wire. And it has a piece on it, a vintage piece that I think is pretty. It's a pin, and I actually, if you can see, I looped that. Well, I don't think the camera's going to pick that up. I looped that in so that you can't just take it off. It's in the jewelry. I wove it in. So in order to do something with it, I'm going to have to take the jewelry apart. And it really, like I said, it doesn't really bother me because I don't like it so much anyway. It's just, it's not a favorite piece, and it's got some good beads in it. So, and I can save that leather too. I can use the leather for something else. Same thing with this. I can use the leather for something else. And then this little puppy that also has not sold, and it was one of the first ones I did, and I absolutely dislike it extremely. So we're going to take it apart, save the beads. I am not going to keep this piece right here. Suzanne didn't even want it, and she likes unusual jewelry. I mean, I'm not going to like throw it away, but I'm going to put it in my collection, and maybe someday it'll have a use, but not right now. So I'm going to take this apart, take the pieces that are good, save those, and redo something with them probably after Christmas. I don't think I'll get it done before Christmas. So that is what I am up to today. So let me go and get my dusting done, and then I can come back here in here and do this. And I think that's all that I was going to talk about this morning. So I'm putting it off. Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm wasting time because I don't want to go dust? Okay, Laura, get in there and dust. Turn on your podcast and get it done. Oh. Okay, y'all, I just looked outside and I saw this sky, and I told my husband, I have got to go outside and get a picture of this. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, breathtaking. I love it. My little Oreo girl. Hello, how are you? Are you ready for some food? Yes? Well, come on. Let's get some food. She was hungry. She's ready for her food. She's going to settle in for the night. It is really chilly out here, Miss Oreo. It is really chilly. How are you today? How are you? This is what it looks like in the dark out here. My plants have died. They are gone. I'm going to have to get rid of them soon. But, yeah. I've never had a night picture before. But it's kind of pretty out. Kind of pretty out. Yeah. Well, Miss Oreo, where did you go? Where did you go? Are you exploring in the garage? Did you decide to explore in the garage? There you are. There you are. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, and I just finished doing my housework, my house cleaning. I had to vacuum and mop the floors, and I started at 7:30 and I finished at 10. We got ready, and I'm wearing what Suzanne gave me early for Christmas. If you love the movie White Christmas, this is a shirt you must have. So cute. And then here's the back of it. The back of it is what really shines. And because it is about sisters, I thought, okay, I've got to get my sister one. So Suzanne ordered another one, but unfortunately it came in as cream instead of white. But then after I told my sister about it, she said it was fine because she is more olive complected than I am. I'm really fair and pretty white. And so the white is okay for me, and she said the cream was fine for her. But you know, white Christmas, wanted to have a white shirt. Anyway, thank you, Suzanne, for my shirt. I absolutely love it. I just think it's adorable, and it's nice and warm and cozy and soft, and I will really enjoy it. So after my house cleaning duties, I'm always really tired. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to run and have a quick bite of breakfast. But I got to show you something that has been a little disturbing to me because of, well, I have a Yamaha 88 key electric piano. It's a YPG 535, and I have played it for years. My husband got it for me in 2013, I believe, and you know, I've played it ever since. I did not play every day. I probably should play every day. My hair is so scraggly after cleaning house. It just, you know, I sweat and it just becomes a mess. And I washed it yesterday, but it looks horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Okay, anyway, piano. It's been fine and it's played for years. It is hooked up to an amplifier. That's never given me any trouble. It's never not played. So I was in the mood to play Christmas music last week, and I came in, turned it on, touched the keys, no sound. No sound at all. Turned on the amplifier, touched the keys, no sound. So I Googled. I called the Yamaha company. I called the music company in our city. I've called everybody. I've looked online. I've searched. And the solutions that they have for it, I have tried. I have rebooted back to the factory settings. Everything. I've done everything I can think of to do, and it is not playing. So the man at the store and the man at the Yamaha company told me that it was probably going to be internal, and I would have to see about getting it fixed, which the only place that would fix it is in Oklahoma City, which is 250 miles away from us. So that's probably not going to happen. My husband said we could, you know, take it off the stand, send it in, and I can't even imagine sending it in. I've never sent off a box that would be that size, because like I said, it's 88 keys. So I am distressed and blue because I just didn't feel like it should go out, because I also have a Yamaha. This one is a PSR 500M, and it is not 88 keys. It's just a keyboard. And I've had it since my husband and I were first married. He bought it for me. I really think it was the year that we married, because he knew I loved to play the piano. And at that time, my parents, well, I didn't want the home piano. So yeah, he bought this for me. It hooks up to the amplifier. It still works great. It's wonderful. I do not play it very often. I even took it to school because I was music at my school, which I am not, you know, I'm not musically trained other than I had piano when I was younger. And, but as far as being a music teacher, I would have just, you know, been doing simple songs with them and teaching them very easy beginning music stuff. Because, you know, like I said, my husband was a band director, and I think people think that when you're married to someone in music, you know music too, and I do, but not to the point of teaching. Anyway, the Lord worked that out. The year that I was going to have to do that, we were going to do half art, half music, according to my principal, because art was my background, art was my major. And it was making me nervous, but I was, you know, heading that way and trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I was going to take this piano to school and work with it while I was working with the kids. So at that time, that year, we lost our band director, which was not my husband, because he had since, we came here, he was the band director, but then he, a year later, became the principal. And now he just works in administration. He's a testing coordinator, special programs director, all that kind of stuff. Small school, you have to be kind of a jack of all trades. So we lost the band director, he moved, and we got a new band director, and his wife was musically trained. So she got to be the music teacher at school. I got to teach art, did it for 5 years in the elementary, loved it, every minute of it. And then I retired when my mother had her operation, and I felt like I needed to be at home to help my sister with her. So 5 years of wonderful. And then after I retired, I would come in here occasionally and play the piano. Not a lot, but some. And so I'm kind of sick, You're just kind of sick when you have the family piano. And let me see, I don't even know if I know what this one is made by. It's been so long, I have no idea. Wait a minute, here it is. Okay, it is a Wurlitzer. And it is as old as, let's see. I know that my parents got it for my sister when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So if I'm 66, then this thing is probably 63 years old. And I do occasionally play it, but old people, it is far, far out of tune. I'm playing with the wrong hand. That really doesn't sound bad right there, but seems like, oh, that's bad. Oh, that's worse. It seems like the further up we go, the better it is. The lower keys are the ones that are sort of out of tune. Anyway, when we moved, and I did, let's see, did I have this piano when I was at the, yeah, they gave it to me. I don't know how we got it home. I honestly do not know how we got it to our house. And then, of course, when we moved here, the movers did it. But, when you move a piano, it's going to get out of tune. It's like a guitar, it's going to get out of tune. So I did have somebody come and tune it, but that has been now 20 years ago. And like I said, I don't play it very much because I had this one and I had this one. I mean, is that really something that I should have had? So we kind of call this the music slash office. And my husband used to work in here. I got this old Apple computer monitor back out. It no longer works either. And excuse this down here. This is my husband's area. I hate it, but there's nothing I can do about it because he is a zero Coca-holic, and he also drinks Powerades and things like that. Now that is my water, but we were storing up for company and stuff. So unfortunately, we are storing this in the office along with my niece's POSHMARK items and various other things that are stored over here in the corner, which embarrasses me to no end. But right now, I cannot do anything about it. I completely got off track. So anyway, music room slash office, and I don't know, I'm sick. I'm just sick. So I sat down the other day and I played the regular piano, and I thought, okay, I can't stand this because it's so out of tune, I can't even play it. But the keys are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it other than it needs tuning. The pedal works. Everything. So I can play it. It'll be just fine. But this one was my favorite. Actually, this one really plays very well. I just need the 88 keys. If you're a pianist, you know that when the music goes down so far and up so far, you've got to have all 88 keys to get it to sound right. So I'm in a quandary, and I am just sick about this not working at all. So the deal is that when you turn it on, the computer part works just fine. It comes on, the style and the voices, it comes up. This is the only button that doesn't shine, and I don't know what the deal is there. That could be part of it. I don't know. But anyway, it's got to be internal because, you know, there's no sound whatsoever. So one of the guys told us, get some headphones, plug it into the hole that goes in the back, and that's actually where the amplifier goes in, and see if I could hear it through headphones. Then we would know the next step for the problem. No sound through headphones either. So my thinking is that it is just dead. So in just a minute, I'm going to call the city company one more time because the man who was an expert with pianos wasn't there. So I'm going to call and see what I can find out and see how much it costs to tune a piano these days, and to see what a replacement for a Yamaha 88 key. I do not want the same thing again, because the computer where you can hook it up to a laptop or, you know, to a computer and do all this, no, I don't need that. I'm not a musician. I don't create songs, music. I just play. You know, I just play for pleasure. So I'm going to ask them how much. The guy at the Yamaha company told me one similar to this sells for about $1,200, and they're on sale for $800 right now. I can't do that. Cannot. Okay, so I'm going to see if they have any that are just straight out and out piano, 88 piano keys, no fluff and stuff, no computer hookup, just what would it cost to have one of those. Plus, I would have to have a way of recycling the piano if it does not play at all. So anyway, I'm in a dilemma. So if anybody out there knows anything about music, Yamaha pianos, yeah, give me a comment, or maybe you know somebody who I could visit with about it to see what is really going on. I wouldn't even know how to get into it. I've seen on YouTube where you can repair it yourself. You can go and see. I better not do that. As much as I like to tinker with things, I better not do that. So that'd be like to me opening up a computer and trying to fix it. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. But I am loving my new shirt. I'm all cleaned up, makeup on, ready for the day, ready to go in and work on my jewelry. But I'm going to give that person a call real quick and see what I can find out. Okay, if you're curious, I did my calling and found out some information. Yes, it's an internal problem. They cannot fix it. They don't have any way of fixing it. They don't have anybody that works on them in this area. Like he said, I'd have to go to Oklahoma City. So I think I'm doomed as far as that. He had a customer, so I did not get to ask him about like how you recycle and all that. I would really like to get it fixed, but I don't know if it would cost more to get it fixed. I don't know. Anyway, so in the store, he has one similar that would be in the $800s range. And he has just a flat out and out, just 88 key electric in the 400 range, which is, he looked up mine because I was curious, and it was $439 back in 2012 is when we bought it. So yeah, that's very interesting to find out about that. I'm glad to know because I was curious. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. And then I called the piano tuner. They gave me a name for a guy that tunes pianos in the city, and he does travel within the area. And I'm going to guess, he wasn't there. I had to leave my name and number, of course. So I'm going to guess. This is just a guess because I had it tuned when we moved here. I have no idea what it cost. I don't know if I paid for it or my husband paid for it. I don't know. I'm going to guess $200 or $300. I don't know. It could be more than that. I don't know. But like I said, it's a Wurlitzer, 63 years old. I think the last time somebody came to tune it, they said that the strings were getting brittle and you could only go to a certain point and they would break. So I don't know what it would cost to like replace strings and all that kind of stuff. But evidently this is the only guy in the entire area, which would cover like, oh man, 60-mile area outright. So there's no telling when he or if he could come. That's where I'm at. Like I said, it's just for pleasure. It's kind of like everything else I do. Right now, in my state of life, everything I do is for fun and not for something that you have to have. So then you get to a point where things start wearing out and you go, is it worth replacing? Well, I mean, when you get to the age that I am now, you still feel like none of us ever knows how long we've got on this earth. Only God knows, and he will bring us home when he's ready. But at the same time, I don't know if anybody else that's in my age group feels this way, but my age says 66, but my mind says 32. Why do we do that? I don't know. My body feeling kind of says in the 50s, because I really started feeling kind of crummy when I turned 50 and all the heart stuff started. And really my heart does not give me any trouble. That is regulated. My heart doctor's I've seen him since 2012, and he's got it pat down. And I last year went and had another all the heart tests, the echocardiogram. I did the stress test. I did all the stuff. Great, so I'm doing okay there. Don't really have any other issues other than I think I have arthritis. Who doesn't when they get this age? My other issue is extreme heartburn, but that right now is being controlled with lansoprazole, which is a terrible drug. It can affect your kidneys and liver. What do you do? What do you do? And I'm on a heart medication for rhythm, for blood pressure, for a statin, cholesterol kind of stuff. And it all works really well, and I'm happy with that. Yay. I just, I feel good. And thank you, dear Lord God Almighty. I'm grateful and thankful every day for that. That is just more than I can even think about. Sorry, my arm was going to sleep. I can't hold it up that long. I need a device that holds my phone. None of them I've ever bought I like, so here we are. I'm just holding it with my arm. So anyway, back to that. I still want to be able to do the things I enjoy doing no matter my age. I don't care if I'm 85, 90, 100. If I'm still vital and everything still works and I can move, I still want to play the piano. I still want to make jewelry. I still want to paint. I still want to draw. I still want to go shopping. I still want to go to estate sales. I want to do all of that. But things wear out that you use, like vacuum cleaners, which I had to order a new power thing for my, and what made me think of that is because I cleaned this morning for my Dyson, which does anybody else have a Dyson out there? I think Dyson, I love them. I think they clean great, but they eat your carpet. I think that when you empty the container after you finish vacuuming, I think it's more carpet fiber than it is dirt. I don't know, I could be wrong. Oops. I don't know, I could be wrong about that, but I do think it kind of eats your carpet. But as far as like flat cleaning on a hardwood floor, perfect. It's great. But yeah. And I've had a Dyson now ever since I've moved here, so over 20 years. But anyway, things happen, things break, things go out all the time. But when it's something that you've been using and one of your things you love, it's just distressing. But it's not that important. There's so much that could be worse. There's so much that could go wrong that would be so much worse. It's just a inconvenience right now, and kind of an expensive inconvenience, because right now I cannot buy a new piano. And I don't even know if I can afford to have a piano tuned. So that's why I'm going to see if I get an answer about that. But anyway, that's where I am today. What's coming up the rest of the day? Not much. I think I'm going to work on jewelry. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow we're going to go pick up Suzanne. She had asked last week if we would come get her, and I didn't really answer well. And then my husband mentioned it on Sunday. Anything about, did Suzanne ask us to come get her or anything? And I said yes. She mentioned it. So we're going to go get her. Why not? You know, it's fun. We can come back through the city. We can go out to eat. I won't have to worry about her driving. And here's another reason I'm worried about the driving part. And this is just more than I can bear. And everything that's happening today is nothing compared to this. We had a tragedy yesterday. A little girl that I taught, that I had in art, and I've just known her all of her life. She's only 20 years old. And there was an accident yesterday, and she and a friend, I don't know if it was a friend or a cousin, and her brother were killed. And I think that's why I'm talking so, trying to find things to keep my mind busy, because that really did a number on me, because I knew her. Anyway, it was a man, an 81-year-old man, pulled out on the highway going the wrong direction and hit them head on. So there's so much more to be worried about than a silly piano. And I just lift that family up in prayers. It's very, very hurtful. And anytime you hear about a tragedy, no matter who it involves, it's just heartbreaking. And she was precious. Sorry. Okay, sorry. It's just not something that you would want to have happen during, especially this time of year. I cannot even imagine. And I don't talk about it a lot, but every time Suzanne comes home, I know we're not supposed to worry. I know we're supposed to leave everything to the Lord, that we are in His care. And like I said, when He's ready to bring us home, He will, no matter how it affects anybody else. And for your own self, that does not scare me. For myself, it doesn't scare me. But when you think of your family members, you don't want to lose them. You just don't, especially when you have to be here. So every time she drives home, I'm concerned. And we are so silly in our family that we text each other as we pass through towns. I love it. I love it. We started doing that, I don't know how long ago, but it just lets you know where everybody is, timing. My husband has always just been real concerned when we go places and do things. We let him know what we're doing, where we are, when we're coming home, all that kind of stuff. It's just safety issues these days, but you just go, oh, dear Lord, why, oh, why this time of year? And why, oh, why so very young? So, blessings to everybody this time of year. The Christmas season brings out so many memories, some good, some bad, most good. And I just cannot even imagine this little family in the future as Christmas gets near. And I just lift them up in prayer. And yeah. So blessings to everyone out there. And I hope that your Christmas is really blessed this year, and that you enjoy the time with your family. And man, when things like this happen, it just makes you more and more keenly aware of how precious time and life is, and how we need to just love on our family members and enjoy every single second, which I want to do. So, all right, I will get off and here and wait for the phone call about the piano. And see what's so frivolous and not important that I did. I think I told you that my husband broke my Mackenzie Childs jar that my niece had given me. So I found one on Amazon. It is not the same size. It is a little smaller, which is fine with me. That other one was just huge, and it really didn't fit very good, but my niece had given it to me, so of course I loved it. So this one's a little smaller, and I think the problem with these jars is when you take the lid off, there's a suction to it. I mean, it's really cool. It has this interior that seals when you put it on, which is wonderful. You know, there's the Mackenzie Child. But when my husband was getting treats, which I use it as a treat jar, he had taken it off, and I'm sure wasn't careful, and he dropped this in the floor and did a no-no on the edge. And so anyway, I got it replaced. And then I had the sweetest girl subscriber tell me what to do with the leftover jar. She had the cutest idea about making the jar into a like a little mini scene, like putting a snowman in there with snow and little trees and all sorts of stuff. And I had even thought about putting Christmas balls in it, but unfortunately it was chipped as well in places. So I guess it was just not meant to be. So it did not stay with me, and I hate that. But the other one, the lid got cracked right here, and the seal came off, and I could not even glue it back on. I tried. But anyway, it wasn't able to be saved. So this one is replacing it because I just could not stand not having it since my sweet little niece had given it to me. So there you go. The silly things that we do, the frivolous things that we get into. So, okay. So what I'm working on today, I told you that a lady bought my Christmas jewelry, but she didn't want the charms. So I took the charms off. Here they are. And I am reconstructing a bracelet with the charms that she didn't want. And I think I'm going to make the other ones into a necklace. So that will replace what actually Suzanne took the necklace and bracelet. She wanted it, which was fine with me. So I'm going to make another one that I could possibly sell at some point. And so that's what I'm going to be up to later today. Okay, I got an answer from the piano tuner just a few minutes ago. Actually, he texted, he didn't call. And it would cost $150 to get it tuned. But since it's been 20 years since it was tuned, it would have to have a pitch raise done to it, whatever that means, and then tuning. And so the total would be $220 plus a $35 mileage thing, which I didn't think the $35 mileage thing was that bad. That's pretty good. You know, for him to be able to do that. And he also said, like, if he was coming this direction or if he had somebody that needed some tuning as well, we could share that expense, which I thought that was nice. So now I know how much to save for. I'm probably going to save for the $250 range. It's going to take me a while. But at least now I know, and I know that that can be done. So, good to know, and I will keep that in mind for the future.